Clutch is an American rock band from Frederick, Maryland. Clutch are based out of Frederick, but originated in Germantown, Maryland. They met while in high school in Germantown and consider themselves a Frederick-based band where they write rehearse for every album tour. The band formed in 1990. Since its formation, the band lineup has included Neil Fallon, Tim Sult, Dan Maines and Jean-Paul Gaster. To date, Clutch has released 10 studio albums, and several rarities and live albums. They are now signed by their own record label, Weathermaker. History: early years, 1990 to 1999, Clutch was formed in 1990 by Dan Maines, Jean-Paul Gaster, Tim Sult, and Roger Smalls in Germantown, MD. Smalls soon departed and was replaced by Neil Fallon, a longtime schoolmate of the other members at Seneca Valley High School. The band quickly gained notice through constant touring. The 12-inch single Passive Restraints on the Earache label was the band's first commercial release, garnering attention from other labels. Their debut LP, Transnational Speedway League, was released in 1993. It was followed by a self-titled album 2 years later that gained Clutch mainstream exposure. The band moved to the larger Columbia label for the 1998 album The Elephant Riders. They followed it in 1999 with a self-released groove-based album Jam Room. Chart success: 2000 to 2007, the album Pure Rock Fury was released by Atlantic in 2001. The title track was initially released as the first single. The program director for North Carolina rock station, WXQR, Brian Rickman, suggested that the label switch singles to another track from the album, Careful with That Mic. Atlantic did so, and Clutch achieved a surprise hit single. The follow-up tracks, Immortal, and Open Up the Border, were also well received by American rock stations. In 2003 they issued Live at the Googleplex and the Rarities record Slow Hold to China. The album Blast Tyrant was released in 2004, their first for DRT Records. The band once again enjoyed more rock radio airplay and heavy rotation on the Music Choice cable service thanks to the single The Mob Goes Wild. Its accompanying video was directed by Bam Margera, and featured Margera's Viva La Bam co-stars Ryan Dunn, Brandon DiCamillo, and Don Vito. The video was filmed at Rex's in Westchester, PA. The 2005 release Pitchfork and Lost Needles combined Clutch's 1990 Pitchfork 7-inch release with previously unreleased demos and early tracks. In 2005 the band saw their first lineup change since the early 1990s with the addition of organist Mick Shower, who performed on the albums Robot Hive Exodus and From Beale Street to Oblivion. The latter album was produced by Joe Barresi, who has also produced for Kiss, Melvins, Queens of the Stone Age, and Tool. Recent years: 2008 present, the band's first live DVD, Full Fathom 5, and accompanying CD, produced-directed by Agent Ogden, were released in September 2008. The band also released a remastered version of Slow Hold to China, rare and unreleased, on April 28, 2009. The band's 9th studio album Strange Cousins from the West, was released on July 14, 2009. Songs from the album were played live on tour prior to the album's recording. A 2-disc DVD set Clutch Live at the 930 was released on May 11, 2010 by the band's own label, Weathermaker Music. The set includes the entire December 28, 2009 show at Washington, D.C.'s 930 Club, in which the band performed its entire 1995 self-titled LP. On May 10, 2011, Clutch reissued their 2004 album Blast Tyrant on Weathermaker Music. The new edition contained a bonus album known as Basket of Eggs that includes unreleased songs as well as acoustic versions of previous hits. In its first week of release, Blast Tyrant sold close to 3,000 copies nationally, landing it at No. 826 on the Billboard Hard Rock Top 100, more than 7 years after the original version debuted at No. 815. On June 10, 2012, the band released a new single, Pigtown Blues, on iTunes, backed with an acoustic version of Motherless Child. On October 16, 2012, Clutch announced that their 10th album will be called Earth Rocker. The album was released on March 16, 2013 and entered the Billboard Top 200 chart at number 15, giving the band their highest chart position to date. It would remain on the chart for a total of 5 weeks. The album also reached number 4 on iTunes overall Top 100 album charts and was number 1 in their rock chart. Earthquake got Album of the Year 2013 by Metalama magazine, and was rated highly on a lot of rock metal magazines and websites' end of the year top 10s. On September 12, 2013, Clutch announced that they were postponing their September tour, due to health issues with singer Neil Fallon. Fallon released a statement through the band's Facebook page that said, "Dear friends, this week I've learned that a childhood injury to the neck, a genetic predisposition for spinal disease, and 20-some years of headbanging will exact a toll. I've been diagnosed with an ugly case of cervical spinal stenosis and 2 herniated discs." Fallon was set to have surgery on September 17, 2013, and the band resumed their tour sometime in October. In interviews throughout their 2014 European tour, the band's members were candid about their intention to release a new album quickly in the wake of the success of Earthquake. During an interview at Desert Fest Berlin in late April, Neil Fallon said, "We're looking to do another record in November. My focus now is the next Clutch record, and everyone else in the band for that matter too, is focused on the next Clutch record." Other projects. In the late 1990s, Clutch and its sibling project the Bakerton Group formed an independent record label, River Road Records, to release their own music. River Road does not sign any other artists. The Bakerton Group has released one 3-track EP titled Space Guitars and 2 full-length albums titled The Bakerton Group and El Rojo respectively. Clutch Bakerton Group now runs its own independent record label for its own releases, Weathermaker Music. Clutch members also feature in several other musical projects. Drummer Jean-Paul Gaster made an appearance on the album The Mystery Spot by blues rock band Five Horse Johnson. The album was released on May 23, 2006 via Small Stone Records. In 2007, Gaster collaborated with Opeth keyboardist Per Wiberg and Kamchatka guitarist Thomas Anderson in a band called King Hobo, which has thus far released 1 album. Gaster also appears on the album Punctuated Equilibrium by Scott Wino Weinrich, released via Southern Lord Records in 2009. Guitarist Tim Sult also plays in reggae rock band Lionize. Neil Fallon has provided guest vocals on the songs Joey on Shameless by Therapy, Two Coins for Eyes, and Empire's End on the 2008 album Beyond Colossal by Swedish stoner rock band Dozer. Crazy Horses by Throat. Slippin' Out by Never Got Caught. Mummies Wrapped in Money by Lionize. Fearless Force for early New York hardcore band The Mob. Blood and Thunder by Mastodon on their 2004 album Leviathan. New Trip on Seed of Decade by 60 Watt Shaman. Transistors of Mercy by Polka Dot Cadaver. Ayatollah of Rock Na Unregistered Trademark Roller on Savages by Soulfly. Everything Is Not Going to Be Okay by Black Clouds and Clear Light of by Hark. Fallon is also the singer for the company band. Members: Neil Fallon vocals, guitar, keyboards, harmonica, additional percussion, Tim Sult guitar, Dan Maines bass, Jean-Paul Gaster drums and percussion. Former members: Mick Shower, keyboards, Clutch. In other media, Fallon's younger sister, Mary Alice Fallon-Yeski, appears in the Food Network reality show Ace of Cakes as office manager of Charms City Cakes in Baltimore, Maryland. One episode featured a cake, in the style of an amp, being made for the band. In 1996, the Clutch song Escape from the Prison Planet was featured on the soundtrack from John Carpenter's Escape from LA starring Kurt Russell. In late 2009, the Clutch song Electric Worry was used in a commercial to promote the video game Left 4 Dead 2 created by Valve Software. Electric Worry is also used in the movie trailer for Race Across the Sky, the promotional commercials for TNT's Memphis Beat TV show, the goal song for the Vancouver Canucks, in the 2011-2012 NHL season, the goal song for the Calgary Roughnecks, a theme song in the Mucha Lucha spin-off The Hairy Knuckle Show, and in the 2012-2013 movie short The Baytown Disco, and trailer The Baytown Outlaws. The song 10,001,110,101 also was featured in the Human Head Studios' developed 2006 first-person shooter Prey as a selectable song playing in a jukebox at a bar in the game's opening scene. The Clutch song The Incomparable Mr. Flannery is used in highlight clips during Fox NFL games. The intro to Careful with That Mic has been used as an NFL game intro. The song Spleen Merchant has been used as a commercial bumper in the nationally syndicated Nights with Alice Cooper radio show. The song Power Player was featured in the video game Need for Speed Pro Street. In addition, the song was featured also in the television series Sons of Anarchy Season 1, Episode 4, entitled Patchover. The song Immortal appears in the fifth mission of Hitman, Contracts inside the Bikers' headquarters. The song Big News 1 was used in the movie Haggard. The songs 50,000 Unstoppable Watts and Escape from the Prison Planet have been used for intermissions for the news radio show Alex Jones. Mice and Gods was used by Darmarks Johnson as entrance music at UFC 112. Promoter is the theme song for long-running and popular podcast Weekend Justice, which was given permission by the band to use the song. The song was also used as the theme song for the weekly television program Promo West Live during the 2013 season. Recently, their song Mercury was used for the opening of Pete Dominic's radio show Stand Up with Pete Dominic on Sirius XM's POTUS channel. The American television series The Walking Dead used Clutch's song, The Regulator, for the closing credits of the episode titled Nebraska. In April 2012, Clutch's record label, Weathermaker Music, publicized that Fox Sports had been licensed to use Clutch's song The Regulator during its 2012 NASCAR and MLB seasons. For the 2011-2012 season, NHL's Vancouver Canucks began using the Clutch song Electric Worry as a goal celebration song. The song Impetus was used in the Tony Hawk's Underground soundtrack. The song Gone Cold is the theme opening song for the Social Engineer podcast, Discography. Studio albums: Transnational Speedway League, Clutch, The Elephant Riders, Jam Room, Pure Rock Fury, Blast Tyrant, Robot Hive Exodus, From Beale Street to Oblivion, Strange Cousins from the West, Earth Rocker. References. External links: Official website.